lovers, I'm Charlie, and we're interviewing the Southern California band, the Vaquitos, for Robex Lundgren's music blog in Brazil. So, what's your names and what do you play?
My name is Vinny. I play guitar and sing.
My name is Jim, and I play drums.
How have you played in any bands before?
Yeah, we played in several bands, and I actually met Jim. We both lived in LA. We're in a band called Suicide Kings. And then so when I got the Vaquitos together, we're a fairly new band, so I decided to get a hold of Jim here, and now we're moving forward.
How did you get into music?
When I was about 3 years old, I got a Muppet drum set from Santa Claus, and the rest is history.
Okay, next question. Did you play music as a child?
Sounds like he did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started at about 8 years old, and I really didn't like it at the time, but later on I figured out that, hey, that's something I might want to do.
Where are you from?
I'm from San Diego, California.
I'm from San Marino, California.
What year was the band started?
Well, we just started it very recently. We've been in several different bands. Jim, you've got a punk rock history, don't you?
I was in GFI Hardcore, Ultraviolet.
What music style do you play?
I play, well, I've played all sorts of styles. When me and Jim played together in LA, we were pretty heavy metal, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, hard rock.
Yeah, and then so I did a lot of recording up in LA and got introduced to a whole lot of different other influences as well. So when I started the Vaquitos, we're kind of going for a Southern California sound. I like to call it the Calexico sound, where we mix Southern California influences, even with like Latin culture. That way we're kind of like we're a San Diego band. It's not like we're walking around with Doc Martens on or flannel shirts like we're from Seattle, because it's not. You know, it's beautiful out here. But so we're trying to figure out, you know, a really good San Diego sound as well as kind of like a culture.
Mm-hmm. What inspires you?
Sounds like a good one for you, Jim.
Just I love playing music. I love making a good sound and having people like the music that we play.
How often do you rehearse?
Oh gosh, we it depends. Usually we rehearse before there's a show. Right now we're doing some recording, so we haven't rehearsed. Every now and then shows come up and we'll be able to do that. If we do have a show coming up, we'll usually get together and rehearse for that show, probably a couple of times.
Do either of you use earplugs when playing?
No.
No.
Have you ever, how has your music evolved since you started music? Or how have you evolved?
Well, for me personally, I did have a lot of heavy metal influences when I was younger, and like I said, I evolved into more. I've actually played some R&B. I've actually played some top 40 kind of singer-songwriter type of a thing. But now we're kind of just basically kind of it's still hard rock, but it's kind of more of a blues-based California sound.
Do you have any other interests or jobs outside of the band or the music?
I'm an electrician. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm an artist as well, so I do a lot of artwork.
Are you looking for any booking companies? What are your thoughts and requirements around it then?
Booking companies, they don't really have them here in Southern California. If you were a big band with a record label that is going on tour, you definitely need something like that. Right now we're kind of doing, got a do-it-yourself attitude where we know enough people in the town, so if we're going to book a gig, that we can do that on our own. If we need to go out of town somewhere, Los Angeles or Palm Springs or someplace like that, we've got connections that know the people that you need to talk to.
Are you looking for record labels? What are your thoughts and requirements around those?
Record labels, no, you can do it yourself these days. You know, we've got, here we are, we're in Southern California, in Carlsbad, California, and we're doing an interview that's going to go to our friends in Brazil, and that'll be immediately up on the web. So you don't really need to, you can do it yourself these days, and it's really good, get something up there on the internet immediately, and then that way you don't have to wait around, you don't have to wait for someone else to do it for you, just get it done.
Yep.
What are your songs about?
Songs.
He writes the music.
Yeah, who writes
Well,
the lyrics?
it's usually
The lyrics.
I write the songs and the lyrics, and then usually it's just about it's something that people can relate to, whatever it is, whether you're dealing with personal relationships, or maybe just having a good day or a bad day. Something that's very general. Something that I know that if I play the song, people out there, a lot of people will say, hey, I can relate to that. That means something to me.
When you write a song, do you start with the music or the lyrics?
It depends. Sometimes it's the music, and then sometimes I'll have lyrics in mind, and then sometimes it's a combination of the two.
So you write the music and the lyrics?
Yes.
When do you write songs?
When do I write songs? A lot of times it's late at night. I'll tell you that.
Do you guys play strictly originals or also covers?
Both.
Yeah, we're original band. We write our own stuff, but we've got songs that we like to throw out there. We like to play some. Drawing a blank right now, but different bands that we're into.
What language are you guys singing in?
English.
We are singing. That kind of brings up a good idea. Though I would love to write a song in Spanish, and actually, remember, Human Wasteland. Remember we did that in Spanish. So we've actually recorded a song in Spanish. I'd like to do that again. I'd like to just go right from the get-go, record it in Spanish, and then throw it out there.
How many people come to your shows?
I don't know what you say.
Depends on.
Yeah, it depends on the
the
venue.
day.
I mean, sometimes there'll be, depending on the venue, there's a small number, but there could be 300, there could be 500. We just, hasn't been 10,000 yet.
Yeah.
How do you intend to get more people to your gigs?
That would be actually doing something like this.
Facebook.
Facebook. This is definitely Robex. I got in touch with her over Facebook, and so we're branching out. We're here in Southern California, but I've got now new friends in Brazil. They're going to be exposed to us, and then hopefully, you do that with Germany and England and anywhere else, and then you expand yourself that way.
Which age group is drawn to your concerts?
We've had pretty much all ages.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a mixture.
there's certain bands or venues that are all ages, and you get the get a younger crowd in there, and then there's something like the House of Blues. You have to be 21 and up to get there. But so far there hasn't been young or old, just kind of like a good mix.
Do you always play the same songs live or vary?
Yeah, but we change it up.
Yeah.
Different orders.
Do you have regular place you like to play?
I like the House of Blues. That's always fun. Yeah.
Where was your first gig?
First gig was Tin Roof downtown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was a cool gig because it was all ages, and a lot of people were there. It's a really fun place. It's got a really cool stage set up, and definitely we'll play there again.
Where have you been playing this year?
We haven't been playing actually much. Well, it's New Year's Eve, so 2017. 2017 is going to be a brand new year from us, and we're in the studio right now. We're going to be shooting some videos for the songs we record, and at that point, probably do some shows. I would hopefully in February or March, but sometimes things come up where it can just be in a couple of weeks, so we'll just have to wait and see on that.
Where do you have plans to play the rest of the year?
Plans to play. There are all sorts of outdoor festivals we have here in Southern California. Those are the ones I like to play. You have the Del Mar Fair, up in Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead. They have outdoor festivals, and then plus there's neighborhood ones here in San Diego, like the Adams Avenue Street Fair, the Ocean Beach Chili Cook-Off. Those are always a lot of fun. We like to do those. They're just a lot of fun. There's a lot of people there. It's a really fun vibe. Usually have beer and everything going. So.
Have you played in any other countries?
Not me.
Nope.
Have you?
Nope.
He's played in Vegas. Does that count?
What do you think about downloading music rather than buying CDs nowadays?
What do you think, Jim?
Oh, mixed feelings.
Downloading music. For me, it's more convenient. I think as an artist, there's a lot of people that don't like it, and maybe there are people that have been around for a while that they're used to having a set system where they're selling CDs and then they're getting money directly. But it seems to me like downloading music is just here. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
So you deal with it and you make it work for you if you're smart.
How do you think the music industry has changed since they started downloading music?
Like I said, it's a lot more Some people would say it's more difficult because of that, but me, I think it's more do-it-yourself, where you can literally, I can record a song, I can upload it to the website, and then it immediately goes to iTunes, and it could be for sale within 24 hours.
Yeah.
That to me is amazing, and worldwide, everywhere. You don't have to ship it to any places like that. So if you embrace that attitude where it's do it yourself and it works for you, and that way there's not just one band that got a record deal out of 100,000 bands that gets to have their music out there, and then 999 other bands don't get to do anything. This way, if you push yourself, if you get it out there, every band has a chance to be seen.
What do you prefer? Downloaded music, cassette tapes, CDs?
What do you like?
I don't know, I like CDs where you
CDs?
can flip through and see about the artists and
Yeah,
see who's playing the music, what they look like.
yeah, I kind of do like that, you know, and you have your CDs scattered everywhere. But then, you know, a lot of times it's more convenient to have MP3 files. But then again, I know the quality on those are compressed. They're usually, you know, sent over the internet, so that can be a problem. But probably CDs for me, I would say.
Yeah, me too.
What do you think about Robex Lundgren's music blog?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. She's got the same spirit that we do, where you just go out and do it yourself. She's out there in Brazil. She's a music lover. She just gets bands together from all over different places, interviews them, puts it on her website, and everybody can see it. And it just, you know, you don't need millions of dollars. You don't need all sorts of connections. You just do it yourself. And I think it's really grassroots. It's really genuine and unique, and it's heartfelt. It's the real thing. That's what I like about it.
Do you guys believe this interview will help you gain fans in Brazil?
Absolutely. Hello,
Hopefully,
Brazil.
What are your role models or idols?
Idols. What are your idols?
Musically?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite drummers.
Yeah, there you go. Let's hear 'em.
Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, Lars Ulrich,
Nice. For
Neil Peart.
idols for me, as far as music goes, you know, I play guitar, I play bass as well, but I really enjoy singers that really have a lot of soul in their voice. That's something that I didn't start off singing immediately. I was just playing guitar or bass, and then when I started singing, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I had to listen to different singers, all the way from Bono to somebody like Elvis Presley, where they're using their voice as an instrument, and they're using the same scales as we use on guitar, but it's with your voice. They're not just shouting things. And I learned a lot, and so now I idolize them.
What do you think about age limits on some concerts?
You have to have it sometimes. They sell booze here in California, and if they sell booze, then you can't be under 21 to be at the show. So what are you going to do for the people that want to see music if they're not 21? Then you have a venue like this where it is all ages, and they don't sell any, you know, they don't sell any cocktails or anything. Doesn't mean we can't have any backstage, but it means the kids, they can't have it, but that's fine, you know, they do what they do.
Is it easier to draw inspiration from older bands rather than today's bands?
What do you think, Jim?
Yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of bands that I do like today that I find inspiring. Bands, you know, a weird eclectic bunch like 21 Pilots or Imagine Dragons are kind of one of my favorites. But there's a lot of bands that are older that have been around, and I think the thing is that bands that have been established, it's for a reason. They're good bands, and so when you can draw a lot of good inspiration from the older bands, but then you do definitely need to keep an eye on what's going on in the new music, because otherwise you're just stuck in the past.
What are your biggest obstacles in the musical industry?
Biggest obstacles.
there's a ton of bands.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but there are a ton of bands, but you do definitely have to kind of, if you're in a big swamp of bands, you got to do something to make yourself stand out.
What advice would you give to other and upcoming bands and artists?
I would say that, first of all, the do-it-yourself attitude is really good. Also, basically be yourself. There are a lot of people out there that are big fans of different bands, and they want to be the next version of that band. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure that nobody wants a new version of an older band. So if you get out there and do things yourself, you'll be fine.
Do you have new material in the works?
Yes, recording. Just like I said, we're planning on recording probably, I would say at least 8 right off the bat, and then throughout the year, I'd really kind of like to walk out with 20 new songs. It takes money though, so I think the 8's more doable to have that out within the next couple of months, and then maybe by the end of the year, if I could have 20, that would be great. And then once we have those songs, we start.
So we want to put on a CD or
Exactly, and also the good thing about the computer files is that you don't necessarily have to bundle all these songs into one. If I put it on iTunes, somebody wants to buy one song, they can buy one song, and that way you can also put them up there one by one. You don't have to wait till you've got a collection of them, so that's kind of convenient too.
Do you have a website?
Have a website, yes.
What is it?
Vaquitos.com. It's actually on Reverb Nation. So go on Reverb Nation and just go ahead and search Vaquitos. We've got some sound files on there. We've got some videos. We're definitely looking to put more stuff on there, but we just started this a couple of months ago, so bear with us.
How can I get your music?
That would be on Reverb Nation, and Reverb Nation, once you have it uploaded to the site, you can always download it, but what we do is it gives you the chance to also go right to iTunes, and that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future.
Play shows.
Play shows, yeah.
Get attention online and
Yeah, go
on Facebook.
worldwide. I mean, this is what we're doing right here is just so easy. I bought a GoPro not too long ago, and so we're filming this video. It's going out to Brazil, and actually it's going worldwide because it's on the web. But one thing at a time, and just as easy as this video goes out to the world, songs are just that it's an electronic file. That's all it is. So boom, music goes out, videos go out.
Do you have anything else to add?
I definitely want to thank Robex for having us on here. Hello to all my friends in Brazil and the world, like I said. And thank you for coming out and
Doing our
substituting for Robex. I know that she would have loved to have the interview done personally with her, but we're out here in Southern California, and we just wanted to thank you, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Cool, thanks.